I ain't here to preach to y'all, but I'm going to point to the truth of this. Ready?
Say it.
Are y'all familiar with Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego?
Come on.
A bad Negro.
Who know anything about them? Who know about King? Well, talk to me. Come on. What y'all know about them?
The king, he wanted them to bow down to the idol, and then they didn't bow down because they listened to God, and then
Let me stop you for a quick though.
Okay.
What you know about them before they were Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego?
That's another story, yeah.
Before they were there, they had other names. See, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego really speaks to their slave name.
Tell it.
Listen. That means that the person that they were forced to be at the time of the story we're talking about is not even the person that they really were. Now listen to what goes on. Watch this. They brought before the king. What was the king's name?
Come on.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar. Y'all watch The Matrix?
Yeah.
What ship was they flying?
Come on.
The Nebuchadnezzar.
Tell it.
Listen. They're with King Nebuchadnezzar. Now watch this. He favored them. He was like, "Nah, I'm good with them. I'm cool. I ain't got no problem with them. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, they good bread. I ain't got no problem with them. They money. I ain't worried about them. Do you?" But what happened is that he set up. What did he do? What did he do? What was it that he did that made him even have to deal with them or call them in? What was going on?
Come on.
because they didn't bow down to that idol.
But what was the idol about? What we know with that? Because this is gonna get heavy. Remember, he made a statue.
Come on.
I believe it was 9 feet wide by 90 feet high. All gold.
Wow.
And he said, at a certain time in the day, listen to the words. All the lyres will play.
Come on.
All the drummers will drum. Flute will flute. Everybody's going to do their thing in honor of this new God that I have erected. You did?
Yeah.
Listen. And at that time, that's what everybody was supposed to do. And of course, fearing that king, that was a mighty and powerful king because he was the hand of God at one point. Nebuchadnezzar did God's work. He was a punisher at one point. But you got to understand, at this point now, he is doing him now. He's, I'm doing me. Now, he said, this is what I want done. And everybody did it, but not so. Who? Meshach, Shadrach,
and Abednego.
Alright,
Come on,
now,
y'all.
listen. They bring them there, and they like, look, I heard, look, man, I heard y'all wasn't, you wasn't doing when I set up the statue, when I made it 9 feet wide by 90 feet high, so gold is gorgeous. What's the problem? Now listen, let me stop you for a minute. Let me stop me for a minute and listen to what I'm saying. You guys are Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego every day, all day.
Say it.
Depending on how you want to carry it, though. Listen. What happens is while you being that, you have choices to make. And it's about what choices you make. Do you choose when they set up that statue that was 9 feet wide, 90 feet high? That statue might be Lil Wayne. That might be Rick Ross talking about I'm a boss, even though we know I'm a drug boss. I know Noriega, the real Noriega. You don't know Noriega, the real Noriega. That's not possible. Even though you was a CO, but you on TV fronting like you was an official Don boss. Even though your name Rick Ross isn't your name, the name Rick Ross comes from Freeway Ricky Ross, who was the first drug dealer, first crack dealer out of L.A. So you're not really 100, but what you did do was you prayed to that God that was 9 feet wide by 90 feet high.
I like this.
I'll tell you about Pac. Pac was taught a certain way. Pac was taught Tupac Amaru, the Tupac Amaru tribe. You understand? So now, here it is. This is a young man that's taught under the ways of the Black Panthers. And he takes on a thug-like persona.
Yeah.
And then he tries to prove something. And he starts to prophesize his own death.
Yeah, right.
Let's look at Biggie Smalls. Ready to die. Life after death. He know that now, don't he?
Yeah, you know it.
You did?
Yeah.
Real talk. Think about it. You prophesize in your words. I'm telling you now. We just had a lecture earlier. This last month, it might have been what was it? Thursday, Tuesday, and I was talking to these young rappers. I was like, yo, fam, you not realizing that these words you say is you putting them words in motion. Like what you're saying, you talking about, yo, I did this and that. You are bringing that to you, whether you realize it or not. You are really calling this into the universe because all sound is energy. So you put energy out in the air and you expecting nothing to come back. But listen what I'm saying. You could be like these cats that the first chance to serve that new God, that 9 foot wide by 9 foot high God, that you jumped on that. That was you. I'm good. I'm with it. I'm with it. Whatever. It's good. It's going to get me that. It's going to get me this money. I'm not going to have no problem. So whenever they tell me to, I'm going to play the lyre. I'm going to do whatever they tell me to do, and I'm going to serve this master. See? Now, here's where it gets interesting. They bring them to the court. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. They say, yo, why you not doing this? He said, listen, you know who my God is. I'm not going to ever. I'm not going to ever bow to that God.
Ever.
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 You understand? Now, this you saying this. Now, this is. Listen to what I'm saying. This is the choice. This is going to be the big choice between whether you make it or don't make it in this life.
Tell it.
All right? The point, the moment in your life when somebody steps to you and be like, yo, you going to move with this movement, and you know in your heart that you got another movement. You got a bigger movement. The point when you make the choice, I'm going to move with this movement because that's and that's, you know, I'm shook. I'm going to do whatever Duke say because he hot on the block. He hot on the block. We're dealing with God power. What you talking about? Let's talk about hot on the block because matter of fact, when it gets heavy, he like, well, look, look, he try to even sweeten the deal for him. Like, look, man, I'll bless y'all with a little something. I'm going to add on to y'all portions. I'm going to make you right and exact. You're going to be good, but y'all need to do what I told you to do. Yo, I will never bow to your God. It's a false God. I deal with the one true God. Whoa. Alright, well, fellas, look, you know what? I got love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are my people. It is what it is, but I'm going to have to see this furnace. Make a long story short, or paraphrase, it gets sent down to the furnace. The furnace is so hot. Now, listen. This is the streets. The streets is hot. The blocks is hot out here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even in a full-on hood like that, but we in the hood enough that the blocks is hot. There's going to be a problem out here, correct? Y'all know y'all know what the block being hot is for real, unless y'all just listen to Lil Wayne songs in front of you. Y'all know what a hot block is like? Y'all know what it really is, correct? So let me ask you this. You already know when you on it, you in the block like, yo, it's crazy. I gotta hurry up home.
Tell it.
J-Bo and them is out there with that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hurry up. Oh, snap, so-and-so, Mookie out there with so-and-so, they about to start shooting. I gotta be out. Lay low. Cause it could get real. You know what the block being hot is like. Check it out. They take them down to the furnace. The furnace is so hot that the guard that was with him, he dies. He can't even make it there. He died from the heat. They get up in there. They put him in the furnace. And this is when it gets heavy. It gets heavy for a lot of reasons. For me personally, get in there, and they say the fire burning in the whole nine. They say they look in there. There's supposed to be 3 people in there, but they look and they think they saw 4. Now, if my understanding is correct, I'm in a school that is Christian-based, if I'm correct. So this should not be news to y'all, correct? And y'all should be, we talking about God right now. Y'all should be knowing what I'm talking about, loving what I'm talking about, correct? Because y'all love God, correct? I mean, do you now?
Yes, sir.
Do you trust in Him?
Come on,
sir.
They say that, you know, you have the faith of a mustard seed. You know what kind of faith that is? That's a lot of faith. You know how big is a mustard seed? That's that much, right? Let me ask you a question. That seems like a little bit. That's the only faith you got to have. You think it's like, oh, it's a little bit of faith, right? Just mustard seed size. But you know, think about a mustard seed. A mustard seed is in total and absolute submission to the will of God. Listen to it. A mustard seed is in total and absolute submission to the will of God. It absolutely believes in the purpose that it was prescribed. This is what I do. I'm never scared of this. You put me in the ground, I'm not scared of being in this dirt.
Never scared.
You pour that water on me, I'm not scared of being drowned. Because I'm a mustard seed, and this is what I do.
Say it.
Now, y'all children of God.
Right.
What do you do? What do you do when someone say, yo, it's time for you to do this? To come with me and do this. Do you do it? Or do you say, yo, nah, you do Meshach and Shadrach and Abednego, gonna be like, nah, that's not for me, chief. But then put me in the furnace. Do what y'all gonna do.
There you go.
Because, yo, I'm confident. There's no doubt that wherever I'm at, somebody standing beside me, it's gonna be all right. Whatever's going on, somebody gonna be with me. Because, listen, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Y'all know Reverend Al Sharpton? I'm pretty sure y'all do.
Was here a few weeks
Can I
ago.
tell y'all what my real name is? Kim Sharpton.
Come on.
But I'm not related to Al Sharpton, but I know him well.
There you go.
Let me tell you what, I interviewed him one day.
Yeah.
I said, let me ask you a question. When you do what you do, when you find yourself having a hard time, do you find yourself feeling that trial of Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego? And you know what he said to me? He said, the problem, a lot of people think that the fire didn't burn.
Come on.
It did burn. It's about having the faith to endure it and go through it.
Go through it.
And be like, yo, I don't care, whatever, man. We gonna do this. So that when they walked out what? Was their clothes burned? Did they smell like smoke? Was they singed?
No.
They walked out like they never walked
There
in.
you go.
They walked out like they never walked in. And when they did that, King Nebuchadnezzar, the one that everybody had every place shook, had to be like, all right, yo, you know what? Whatever God you serving,
Come on.
I don't want no trouble with that one. We're going to leave that alone.
Okay then.
So you got to believe that.
Believe it.
So this thing that I'm telling you about your natural genius, because you say, well, what one thing got to do with another? Your natural genius is something you got to first believe that. You got to believe that bigger than anything else. So that when you facing these obstacles, when things get difficult for you, you go and say, yo, I got a natural genius that's going to see me through this. I got it's natural to me. I'm natural genius. I'm not genius by chance. I'm not genius because I read some book. I'm not genius because somebody told me it. I'm not genius because they gave me some test. You know what I mean? Or some standards board said, well, we're going to give him this test, and you pass the test, he's a genius. No, I'm genius because I'm naturally that way. Everything I do, my walk and my talk is genius.
All right.
I'm genetically genius. From the day I was born, I was genius. Because the minute I was born, I was already sciencing and doing the things that needed to be done. I was looking at things that people couldn't even see. Look at the baby looking around. You're like, what are you looking at? You're looking at something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're looking at something.
Listen, that's the story of Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. I'm going to give you one more, and then we're going to move on from talking that spiritual talk, okay? Who's familiar with Jesus Christ? Anybody know who he is? Huh? Okay, just making sure we in the room. Let me ask you one other question. How y'all feel?
Fired up!
How y'all feel?
Fired up!
All right, okay.